Welcome back to Face Off Around the Culture, your weekly HBCU news recap. How you doing, my brother? Great week in band, man. How you feeling?
Man, man, it was a hefty weekend of fandom. I will say that much, man.
Yeah, heavy hitting band action. I mean, not only do we have BoomBox, we got FAMU versus Alabama State. We went to the Capital Battle of the Bands in Maryland. We got some band news that's like news that we can talk about. I mean, um, this is gonna be it was a great week. I'm excited, man, for the just the conversation. I really felt like my inner bandhead child was like awakened. We went to
Right?
that band competition in Maryland,
Yeah,
and it
man.
was like, I mean, y'all have to check out. Go to it's a face off on Instagram. Check out our coverage. I mean, it was great. What's good, man? Thomas Hilton, what's up, brother? But yeah, man, it was great. We were like band casters. It was great. I feel like I'm the Chris Collinsworth of band. You know what I'm saying? Joe Buck.
Right?
So
John
that
Madden,
felt good, man. You said what?
John Madden even.
John Madden really giving you the game. And if y'all go check out them, this show is great, man, because we really give these bands really good game as far as how to win battles.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man. So with that being said, we have a theme every week, kind of tying in, um, what the show is going to be about. And this week, you know, hold on, okay, this week it's really something that I picked up from the battle, and that is getting out of survival mode. We
Yeah.
talk about 2025 is the band renaissance. A lot of these bands are great now, but they're still doing actions that keep them in survival mode. And you can see it kind of in, I wouldn't say with the kids in the play calling and how they conduct themselves. You know how like you've been broke for a while and you finally get some motion, but you're still buying grams, you're still buying the cheap bread, you
Ramen.
know, ramen. You got some money. What you doing? So that's what I'm looking at some of these bands like. You got the people. You got the. Why are we playing this arrangement? Get out of survival mode. Help us. You know what I'm saying? It's you have to think better. What you think about that, man? Getting out of survival mode.
But in this world of band renaissance, band renaissance, keep that in mind. There, it requires another level of presentation from how you can look to how you can, the same things not gonna work. But also with new numbers, experiment, bring your students out to see some new things, expand repertoire. So it's the tide is staying, especially with the battle. We saw different levels. I want to ask, like, the bands are larger, but how are you using those extra numbers to show that you are programmed?
Definitely, man. Definitely. Okay. Okay. Let's start with this like band news that's actually like news that I've seen, and it's about
About
this weekend. FAMU versus Alabama State. We can talk about them as our first band, but now a part of FAMU's band is the Honeybees. All right, it's a
Alabama.
dan- I mean, excuse me, I said, excuse me. Part of Alabama State is the Honeybees. Doing it for a long time. We always say like on the field they get the most crowd, they get the most house out of anything that any band could do on the field for the most part. Like when they come out, it's a big deal. I remember them they had a reality show, and I remember them talking about how like the in depths of what it is to actually be a honeybee and stuff like that. So apparently, pictures came out of them this year that they are a lot smaller than previous years. All right. So FAMU's announcer said, now I'm guessing this was as as FAMU was performing or about to perform or something like that, saying that the honeybees are now the face of Ozempic, right? And that, I mean, that just rippled out and it became like a big thing. Like it was really big. I was really surprised at the reaction to that because we all know that band announcers, it gets there. Like, you've seen, especially in the swag, you
Yeah,
know, it's like a thing to go back and forth, especially in the swag. It's a really big thing. I mean, in all, But what are your thoughts on that? Because I'm not saying like Thomas, I don't see anything wrong. Of course, you need to be professional in these environments, right? And you have to understand where we're at in society, right? A lot of people are sad about their weight, or you know what I'm saying, and they don't want that being projected. That's a big insecurity amongst women. These women, I'm 100% sure, and I don't know. I wasn't expecting the reaction to be so big, but it really spread. What do you think?
I thought it was number one. I saw the like school letter with the seal on it. Comments. I said, this is going to a level outside of banter, right? My thing is talking about in just the honeybees, any type of band don't, unless you about honey or bigger people, it's just gonna fall flat. I love the honey, so they are band worlds attack the honey. Especially like they put them out there that honeybees are. Let's just put it. So as far as I was surprised that the schools got involved, the upper administrative levels, sending out apologies. I didn't expect it to go like that far, right? Understand in the public, in the general like feedback, honeybees, the crowd, moment of the reaction. Okay, I will get that. Didn't expect it to go to like the level, the president. But I think if they receive it in a way that's harmful to them, started with to make that. I think rightfully so. But that was my. Nor do I think at what we do for people. I didn't think necessarily a thing at what it was doing, nor did it do anything to damage, tarnish their performance. It's just a punch. I just feel like
Definitely, man. Kind of like elevate your phone a little bit. I think your audio is cutting out. Yeah. Or just if you need to, you can go off and come back, just to make sure. Thomas says if ASU can't stop making them a gimmick, then then it wouldn't have been a problem. I mean, but look, man, it's a good gimmick to have, man. You have to realize you're a bandhead, obviously, right? So you don't want the gimmicks, but a lot of you gotta, hey man, you gotta get house how you can get house, man. The honeybees get house. They're big girls that can dance. Big girls, when they hit the split, everybody's gonna go crazy. They're gonna go crazy. Just like Southern tries to do it with the big guys, but it doesn't work as well. And they really do it. Like they're like a real dance line. They're not like it's not really a gimmick kinda. It is like they actually like, have their own section kinda. So he said let them perform during this thing. Yes, no, it's two different things, man. You gotta, I guess you could say like that's how you can make it a gimmick, but hey man, it works. Shout out to Alabama State. If you've seen them perform, you hear the crowd reaction from the Singettes to the Honeybees, and it's just a big roar, and they do a good job. So, shout out to Alabama State. But yeah, like you said, man, I didn't think it was gonna go all the way up to like, but not even that. It just like affected people. You have to see that affects people's like it touches like people are fat and sad about it. Like people, like people don't like it's an insecurity for people. So when you hear somebody comment on somebody's weight, like I'm talking about how like people were getting like he was getting DMs and stuff like that. Like I was like, whoa, I thought that was like, but that shows you like people feel the need to stand up for people based on, and it's like you don't even know if they was hurt about that. They could have all laughed at that, but people feel that insecurity for themselves and feel like I'm going to protect them because of whatever. I think that most band people understand, like, once you get into this arena, like, we marched in the stadiums and have people saying the craziest stuff to us. Like we're not all black, like we're not all trying to be in the school. So it's like at some point you have to suspend disbelief to know, like, hey, they're playing a role as the honeybees, and this is a thing, and this is public perception. Mm-hmm. And so, like you said, they are out there for public scrutiny. because they're out there, just like how we talk about anybody else. But people think to comment on their weight is going too far.
Right.
Which, hey, I wouldn't have done it because it seems like it's a professional environment and you just don't know how that's going to go over. And if I'm going to get canceled, it's going to be something great. That line really wasn't. It really wasn't. It wasn't like a killer. It wasn't like it's not like something you can OD defend. He just wanted to call him fat, and you could have called him fat in a funnier way that I think that the crowd would have got. But I don't know, man. That really touched people like deeply.
I looked at it hanging fruit. It was low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, man. Hey, look. Maybe this is a situation of all press is good press.
Right.
But I tell you what, though. That didn't slow the band down. Look, the band took it out on FAMU, if anything. All right, because Alabama State, man, is one of my favorite bands this season, and I've never really said that. I never really had them be my favorite band, but they really are hitting. And I guess a subtopic I want tonight too is like playing to your strengths. We talked about this in at the battle. You can watch our recap. But bands that play to their strengths for who they have, it makes a difference rather than trying to force them to do that. And I feel like Alabama State is doing a great job with that. Something with this battle too, and I'll talk about this with BoomBox, is that the big dog, the band that wins the battle, is the band whose flow you're on. Like they dictate what's going on, and Alabama State exactly did that. Not that FAMU was bad or anything, but Bama State really controlled the battle. Whatever they played, FAMU played a response to that. That was the exact same thing, genre-wise or song type-wise. And to me, that's how you know you win the band. Once we get, it's the band renaissance. FAMU sounds great, Bama State sounds great, but how are you choosing these songs, and how are you going to make it all work? And I think Bama State did that.
On top of that, Bama State with their play calling kept FAMU outside of their country. So they play songs that's like, no, you can't play a really good ballad here. You can't play because it's going to expose you. You're going to have to come to our territory and play things outside that you're not really good at, that we're really good at.
Yeah.
And that they can dictate the battle with great play calling. I think they did the best play calling out here in the band.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and to me, like I think we watched it together too.
Mm-hmm.
They went like completely like W to me in every round, but they could have really towards the end. It's something wrong with like double crank. Here's what I mean: once you prove that you can crank on a band, don't do it again in the next round. Give me something else to put another layer on it. Like, okay, yeah, y'all are, we can give it to y'all as far as like a rap tune or whatever, but then something else. And I wish that's something else that Bama State would have done instead of playing like their last song in the round. Instead of playing a crank song, they would have played that gospel song that they played against Miles. Like that's another round. Like, okay, yeah, we just cranked it, and we'll give you this. So I want bands to in the coming years to be able to like not just lean on the rap tunes to crank you to death, especially when it's proven.
Right.
Now, in BoomBox, we don't know what is what sometimes. So maybe y'all got to double crank sometimes. But in this particular state, FAMU, like when they get out of character like that, their songs, their arrangements can't match the level of Alabama State's arrangements. They know that. The staff I'm talking about, Alabama State knows that. Mm-hmm. So give us something else, man. Give us something else. What you think?
I agree, especially for this. FAMU's not about to. They're gonna play back. They may play back. It's not about to be a war. You're not about to have a crank war. That's not happening. So to go in a different direction, it'll add another, pretty much seal the deal and put a stamp. With this matchup, one thing about for the past 3, probably 4 years, this has been one of my favorite matchups. The Alabama matchups. I think the underrated. It could also link for me rivalry. I see this match. The books are already unique. The sound quality is good. It's very competitive. Usually I have Bama State, but it's always something interesting can happen here. Landslide by.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. This matchup. I feel like kind of the same with A&M and FAMU. I feel like that's another like underrated matchup. But yeah, man, a lot of good news or just news in general because I guess the Honeybees news wasn't good news. But coming out of this game, so yeah, shout out to Bama State. I think I think the band took it. FAMU sounds good though. Bama State is in the running for my band of the year. Okay, let's move on. When two giants collide, man, and it's always great when we can have BoomBox. It's always great when Shannon says, "Where could we donate for Vidal's Wi-Fi?" Great question. We don't know what's going on, man.
My wife.
Um, it's like you skip it. I don't know, but it's not even the pictures necessarily. It's the audio is jumping as well. Okay, BoomBox. Okay, I love when they do the Friday night battle, man. It's just something about that. Like, and it wasn't even long. It's 45-minute battle. Just a little taste, you know what I'm saying, for the game for tomorrow. I feel like that was great. What you think about that? I watched everything. So what you think, man?
Man, into it. It was a okay. Let me back. So when I'm first in this, I'm like, okay, 23, 23. So when I first hear Southern, right, Southern has gotten a lot of flack this year about their presentation and their Southern's not sounding like Southern. We're missing something. Something's not really cued in for Southern. But I think this performance, Southern really gave the people what they wanted, and which made it so much harder for me to judge the battle because I'm getting the Southern that I've been wanting to experience for the entire season. But I don't feel like all the way it's way better than Jackson doing. And at the same time, Jackson State is doing very well, not at that like point level. So it put me in a kind of like I really gotta sit back and watch. I watched the battle of the band. I had three different winners.
Okay, my fault, man. It's yeah, it's glitches. So I don't know when you ending, but something I liked about Southern this year is song choice, man. This is something. There's something about these bands, man. Like once you get to this top tier, it's like they really are digging in the crates for these songs, and it's like that is what band is about. Going to these battles is not hearing the same old shit that you hear all the time, and these bands are really doing it. Like the song choice, you'd be like, damn, who is even thinking of that? And just the fact that these songs are being honed and written and thought about for the audience, you really like when you watch BoomBox, you realize like we won. The culture won when these two bands come together because though we're talking about winners and stuff like that, it's like these guys, like both of these bands are at their top level and they're really like delivering. So it's really hard to choose a lot of the times who won. Now, with that being said, Jackson State is really hitting on all cylinders. When I was thinking about Southern, it's like remember Southern's allure was these trumpets are ridiculous. It's like these trumpets are like slicing through everything, and that has dialed down a little bit. And so as I'm thinking, we're talking about Southern and everybody's talking about what happened. I'm like, okay, what made them great, right? It was these arrangements, right? These like finesse style arrangements, these crazy high brass, great trombones and everything. And I just think that maybe they still sound great. The arrangements are still great. It's just missing that little thing. And Jackson State has whatever thing that is, and it's taking them above that, that level. It's like I don't know what it is. I can't speak to it because it seems like both of these bands are fantastic. The song choice that Southern had is great. So I'm like, it's not like their book is bad, but Jackson State just has that thing where it's like maybe you can hear every section. They're just a little bit more locked in with each other. What do you think?
It's just it goes down to the very small details, man. When I ask myself these same questions, like what are we seeing in these bands that really adds them? Which one's getting a little bit higher, better? And it makes me really look in like, okay, what the band members doing. Some of them look at later. Jackson State locked in, saying like the band press by, seeing the random stand ups, moving his horn from southern side, the energy before the play. that step up the trumpet doing little small stuff to bring the extra. I really wasn't sensitive from Southern at, but then I go after me watching all, kind of like, okay, what are Southern fans thinking of this? Some Southern fans think that they won Battle Band, they won Zero and the Fifth, and they had. I'm like, what's going on? So it's sometimes I'll feel that. I'll feel, but I feel like um it was good, but it's just not that allure that we typically get from Southern. And what we're getting that they feel like they're hitting all cylinders, and in the back of my mind, man, that's not even the full band, dog. It's not even the full band. It's the small unit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I mean, I was reading the comments too, and you're right. They do have a like. It's hard for Southern fans to admit defeat. You know what I'm saying, of any kind. But yeah, I mean, when you see when two top tier bands come together, it's hard to judge. So it's like it could really go either way. And then now we're getting to what do you like? Is like, do you like the song choices? You know, what sounds better to your ear? What is a standout moment to you? But yeah, I mean, I think I had Jackson definitely on the fifth, 100% the fifth.
Yeah.
The fifth was very short. They played that song that I told you about, that Gunna song, "Him All Along."
Yeah.
We was literally talking about this. We was in the car. And I said, "Man, I would love to hear Jackson play this song." And I played the song, and they played it this weekend, so that was great. So I mean, you know, the, you know, not the Zero, but the Friday battle.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Southern. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Going back to the fifth. Here's where you lost me too, bro. When we're talking about staff, putting each song in each category, they played "And Then What."
I was about to say,
Like, come on, man. That's not a fifth quarter song. It's like that's disrespectful to Jackson State in my mind. Like, I don't know why that was, you know, a choice. What do you think about that? "And Then What"? That's like a '05 classic.
like, right, and then you think about then what impact that it has on the culture period, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I did a little bit of small research. I'm like, man, every time we hear "And Then What," it's just like a moment. The sky opens. It's crazy. That didn't happen with this. So we have the OG '05 version. Then I want you to, the next one I saw that played was Southern 2011, Merck City Southern. Then you had 16 was a great Southern band, and now we have this one. This 2025 hold a single like, near candle to those three other bands that play.
Oh yeah.
In the fifth.
Yeah. I mean, he said then what? And then the wall of sound wasn't there like '05 chorus. Yeah, I mean that's the whole point. When you come back in, that part's supposed to be like crazy. And I mean, I'm not saying it just wasn't there, but we talked about that. Who we talked about that with FAMU? Oh no, we talked about that in the car, bro. The kids weren't there. These are kids that was born in '05. These are kids that was born in '07. You know, so it's like you want them to play a song and have the same energy that the band had then when the song just came out. Same thing with we were talking about FAMU with "Make It Last Forever." They played that against Bama State. It's like it's not going to have that same feeling because they don't connect to the song like the kids then did. So to me, that's on the staff to evolve and find new songs. We saw that in the fifth in this fifth with they played "Folded" by Kalani. Both bands played that. And I thought Southern had a weaker version, in my opinion. The arrangement was weaker. And we, you know what we say about playing a song back, if you believe it's good, and these are two top tier bands, so they're like, well, this is the band to compare it to, right? So if we're gonna have a folded comparison, then this is the bands to have it. But yeah, man.
Let me go fix the audio real quick. Thank you.
You said what? Oh, all right. Well, I guess he stepped out. But yeah, man. Put who y'all thought won the BoomBox Classic as far as the Friday night, the Zero, and the fifth. It's great that we have these like events that and the crowd is great. I just band culture right now is killing it. And speaking of that, we went to the capital city or the capital battle of the bands this week in Maryland with a lot of I mean, great programs. Shannon saying Jackson got it. Thomas saying Jackson got it. I mean, that's the consensus. And even talking about the capital battle of the bands, you want to go to a battle and you want to say, we won. Everybody in this bitch knows that we won. That's truly winning, right? And that's pretty much the consensus from this Jackson battle. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen different TikTok pages that are talking about this BoomBox battle as far as Southern is not the same Southern and that same thing. So when you go to these type of battles, you want to win. So speaking of the capital battle of the bands, I mean, it was Norfolk State, Bowie State, North Carolina Central, North Carolina A&T, who else? Howard, Hampton, and I think if I miss one, I hope I'm not. I said Bowie, but those were the bands. Norfolk State, and I wanted a band to come in and take it, and to like say, "This is our house, we won." And to me, I think the band that did that the best was Norfolk State and North Carolina Central. North Carolina Central, in my opinion, was Shannon says Winston. I felt disappointed in Winston. We'll get there. But I felt like North Carolina Central, I'm really liking North Carolina Central now, bro. They have an attitude. And that's what makes me go back to my topic of getting out of survival mode. This band is out of survival mode now. And they're you can see it happening. I'm talking about North Carolina Central now, right, at the Capital Battle of the Bands.
Okay.
North Carolina Central is really like aggressive. They're planting their flag. Like we talked about this too. Like they've seen a lot of these SWAC schools. They've been the butt of the joke a lot of times. And Central is doing a great job of just being competitive, man. They came out there. They were the first band to play as bands is marching in. I'm like, yes, and they sound good. They're playing full songs. Like Central is doing a great job with their program, and they're really building it up. And I can see them getting a lot of recruits and them building because the attitude of that band has changed. I don't know if it was the uniform change, just them together. They're just not the same band that they've been in the past couple of years. He says, yes, thanks God. North Carolina Central and NSU, A&T was a disappointment.
Okay.
What you feel about the Capital Battle Bands in general as an event, and then we'll get into these separate bands.
Man, I love the event. I always say like Capital Battle Bands should be band 101. Intro to band. You want intro to band, someone who doesn't know HBCU bands, maybe they didn't march or are interested in marching. Mm-hmm. That's the Battle of the Bands event that they should go to because I feel like that's a great introductory experience. You get the stand battles. You get a very diverse range of styles of field shows with digestible content and music where it was band head friendly and also just casual friendly as well. And then you also get great field shows and a drumline battle. Right. So you get all that mixed in one event with a very good pace. So like sometimes we go to band events, they start playing the GJs, they start getting dragged out, too much going on, dead space. I think the pacing at this event was so well done, where it was always about the bands going on. Very like one pause in between. We had someone hop on the mic before like the last performance. Mm-hmm. That's just about it. So everything else was flowing and going well. So it was a great event, just experience wise.
Yeah, we love events that like cater to the bands. You know, like sometimes they cater to everything but the band. Everybody in this chat has been to a band battle / step-so / turkey drive / everything. All right, so this was just for the bands, and this was great. Like you said, and of course we're not drumline people, but it was something for everybody. Mm-hmm. So that was great. Let's get some of these comments. Jabal Williams says, yeah, Central was cranking now. He said, I was there. I was shocked. I was shocked looking at them versus who did they play in the beginning of the season?
The beginning of the season?
Yes. And we were like, oh, no. I think they were at like that Houston battle or something like that. We were like, man, Central sounds great. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm really excited to see them. I think they were in the SWAC game, too. Agreed. Central had a chip on their shoulder in in Norfolk State was polished as per usual. Man, Norfolk State, bro, when they do their thing, bro, first of all, when they came in, you know, Norfolk has that aura, man, with the gold helmets and the Spartan shit, bro. So when they came in, people were already cheering. Central felt that and started playing over them, which gave me that energy of like, oh, man, I like Central. Like, they felt it. But when Norfolk like does them, bro, you can't beat them, yo.
It's tough.
Thomas
It's so
said
tough.
North Carolina A&T needs work and Virginia State needs an overhaul.
An
What you
overhaul for Virginia State. What do you think about that one?
Virginia State, man, I don't know, man. I feel like their band needs to take it to the next level. You know,
Yeah,
I
I
feel
think
like
the comments.
out of everybody there, there were them and Winston were the most like forgettable bands, and I
Hmm.
think like
Even more so to Howard.
I forgot about Howard too. See,
See,
forgot about
exact
Howard.
point proven. He forgot all about
Yeah.
Howard.
Thomas says Virginia State is all tubas. That's very true. I mean,
I think
Horsepower has always been a phenomenal section that really has carried the band and the band image for a long time. But
what I
yeah, what do you
got
think
from
about
Virginia
going
State
back to Virginia State?
was like they're trying to get to that next level of things and
Right.
experimenting with some stuff, but it's just not landing yet.
Yeah.
I hope that they can put it together. And one thing we asked each other, like, yo, what would a Virginia State look at like a 220 or like a 215 Virginia
Yes.
State? We like have never seen that for their style. So I would think like something like that would be very interesting and intriguing to see because we've also always seen that Virginia State at that medium size, medium
Hmm.
small type of size band. And I think a really good Virginia State just makes band more interesting because when they present on the field, they look really good. They put on really good shows. But to get considered consistently in the upper echelon of band programs, some more distinct thing needs to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally, Virginia State was lined up, and we literally said, if they went to we just pushed the band, we're like, man, we would love to see this band. But yeah, I mean, clean show though. Like, and that's another thing
Mm-hmm.
too about this battle. I mean, every band, 2025 is the band renaissance. Every band is good. No band was bad. Even we even said like how was forgettable. They weren't a bad, like they didn't sound bad.
Didn't.
Nobody had like a slip up or was like, oh my god, what are they doing? Which was great. Let's get to some more of these comments. Shannon says, food for thought. 5 years ago, who would have thought Central and Virginia Union? Hold on, we were in the car leaving this battle, and Vidal said, I cannot wait to see Central versus Virginia Union. He said that. He said,
Yes,
who
no.
would have thought somebody would have said that? And he says, even though they weren't there, we're going to be bully band for the East. And that's the whole point. We were talking about Virginia State. Virginia State, all the bands in that area, y'all might want to get it together, especially in Virginia, because Virginia Union is coming. So Virginia State, like I said, like you said, they've been doing a lot of stuff and you want to see it stick, but it needs to start sticking because a lot of these bands are like coming up behind them. A band that's coming up that I promise you, I was thinking I was going to forget about this band, and that's Bowie State, who happens to
Mm-hmm.
literally be in our chat. I'm not saying this because they're in here, because if they were, I would be saying, I'm telling the truth. Bro, talk about a band that plays to their strengths. We said this the entire time. I'm like, yo,
Yes.
Bowie is in here doing a great job because they're not the biggest, but they're
Mm-hmm.
playing to their strengths. It's like they're arranging for the band that they have. You know what I'm saying?
Band 101, man.
Right, bringing out the players that they have. What do you think about Bowie State? We said that like they did a great job in our recap.
And man, Bowie just does what they do right with what they have. We talk about just going forth with the bits and parts that they have and put on a good show of presentation. The field show was nice. When they were in the three-way stands battle, they had, to me, the most clarity, and even weren't even the largest section. But what they played was digestible by their students, clear and understood and knowable by the fans as well. And you really can't ask for more from a program that does the basic things well. And that's when you're building a program, you want a strong foundation. And you don't get better than doing exactly what you need to do well, because that's going to bring forth people to come in as they continue to project their identity out into the band world. At least they starting from a good core and foundation, man.
Yeah,
So shout
yeah,
out to
man.
Bowie, man.
Not for real. And that was a great man. When you come to these battles, like you have to seize the moment. Like I remember we went to we talked about a couple years ago. We went to the Houston battle and we saw Langston, and they
Mm-hmm.
killed it. And they got a lot of people from that event. So when you go to these big events where there's a lot of high schools, where a lot of eyes on you, a lot of phone, a lot of cameras, a lot of phones, you got to seize the opportunity. I feel like Bowie did a great job of that. I'm sure they're gonna give some recruits just by seeing this band that's put together. Real band heads can see real progress, and they can see, and not just judge off the size or anything like that. So even though I don't like small bands, but I love when a band is together. I'm gonna be honest with you, boy, but I love when a band is together because band heads, we see the difference. So speaking of seizing the opportunity, a band who I felt like did not seize the opportunity is my own North Carolina A&T. Talk about a band that was very underwhelming. Talk about a band that I felt like left so much more on the table with what we've already seen from them, especially in the stands. Now, on the field, we know that A&T is going to do a great job. Their baseline is this is going to be a good show. Everybody in the stands knows that this is going to be a good show. That's why they always go last, right, in these type of events, right? But goddamn, man, in the stands, we knew that we're not going to see A&T and Norfolk again this whole season. And it seems like Norfolk is the only one that knew that. A&T was like, we're just going to play some stuff that we played when I was in the band 5 years ago. So I just wish that A&T seized their opportunity a lot more. There were a lot of phones there, a lot of people, a lot of cameras there, and your time to beat Norfolk State for this year, which is a big rivalry, was that day. And they didn't seize it, not because they don't have the book. We've seen them. We were calling our songs. We were like we were like the defensive coordinator, like how they be holding
the top of the headset.
Right. Play, we were doing that. We were like, can somebody hear us? So we've heard songs that they played this year that would have done better. I mean, the first song Norfolk played was Maybach Music.
Yes.
It was cool. We're sitting up there like, this can be beat. This can be beat. A&T played, I don't even know what they played, but it was just like, then they played like Set It Off or something like that. Norfolk, and here's what I'm talking about.
The Set It Off Brat mix, I was like, what?
Here's what I'm talking about. Norfolk State played New Paddock by Lil Uzi, right? That song, the first time they ever played that song was against my band, A&T, in 2018. So my point is, that could have been beat as well. Even though it sounded good, even though that song got the crowd, that could have been beat. For some reason, it felt like A&T wasn't even in the room. Meaning, like, as far as like play calling, it was like, all right, we have these songs, we're gonna play them. Like, right? He said they play Erykah Badu. Thank you. I was literally thinking, what's the next song?
And then
they play Erykah Badu. And he said, at least he could have played It's Love because it's Go-Go. So, that would have been too situational. They would have thought, hey, we're in DC, we're in Maryland, let's play something like, No, they're not thinking that. They're thinking these are songs we have, And Norfolk every round got better. And I'm sitting there like, we could have beat these guys because honestly, A&T was kind of louder than them in totality, but the arrangements weren't hitting, the energy wasn't there, so it was like it's just a waste of a battle.
You know, as an alum of A&T, dog, you hit it right there on the head. We was up there like, what's going on with these players? Like, what's going on? Because we heard Norfolk in the stands. I'm like, okay, this is a beatable Norfolk from what we've heard from A&T this year already. Already, the stuff that's in the book already. We don't know what will happen with that. And I think just adding on to the field show portion, this was my band head like psychology about it. Norfolk State came to this performance knowing that this was the opportunity to make an impact and to show and prove what type of band they are, with the awareness that A&T is there and this is a battle of the bands event. We typically know what A&T at these big battle of the bands event, they pull out all the stops. Very theatrical, a lot of moving parts, theme shows hitting, putting some intricate things on the field, great cold steel segues and segments. We really didn't get any of those elements from A&T out there. It was a groove show. They entered the show with groove on the field, but all those intricate pieces that make the A&T show so exciting and intriguing, we didn't get that. And I felt like Norfolk State, what they came with was prepared for the best Norfolk State show that could compete with an A&T style show. And I think that A&T came with like a B+ A&T type show.
Yeah. I'm going to go to this comment from Raja. He says, song selection wasn't there for T. I do feel like fatigue is starting to play a part too. Houston, Nashville, Jersey, New York, Maryland in a month is a lot. Hey man, the travel is a blessing, bro, and to really like, you know, like you got to seize those opportunities, man. Nobody cares about the fatigue, bro. You know, like at the end of the day, because now this was their battle against them, and Norfolk won. So it's like, who cares now? You know, you could have like, but I don't even blame the students. I blame the staff, and that's getting out of survival mode as well. Like sometimes you got to trust your kids to be able to put a little bit more on their plate as far as songs. We just watched the BoomBox Classic, same age kids be able to, I mean, give you new songs. I mean, they played on Friday. They played new songs on the 5th, the next day, both bands. So don't act like it's not too hard to incorporate new songs or whatever. Like this is all in the mindset of the band directors and the staff. To where can you push this band to do more? Even Norfolk too, playing a song from 2018, like that should have been beat. But that's on A&T staff to be like, look at this goofy mother playing some songs that they played 5-6 years ago.
Right.
They're under them going like, oh, this is so good. They're reacting to the crowd. Norfolk will probably go back into hiding like they always do after the battle of the band. And that's what Norfolk does, bro. This is what they do, and this is how they keep getting recruits. Listen to what we're saying, Bowie. This is how they get recruits. You come out of the shadows and you do a great show,
and then
a killer show, and then they just duck back in, and you be like, where the fuck is Allegiant at? Hey, man, but they had that show against them. They did the same thing in 2017 at the Queen City Battle Bands. They came down there and killed it. Got all the recruits and then left. You don't see them for the rest of the year. And that may be they play, bro. They do a great job at it, bro. Because when they come out there, all that bro, you like, damn, how do they even do this?
It's real, man.
And then it just
you just see
disappear.
them. You feel it. You feel it. It's something else, man.
Bro, shout out to Norfolk, man. They do a great job with that, bro. That style, everything, man. All right. Let's move on. Well, let's see. We got Hampton there. Yeah. I'm reading some of my notes from the game. Hampton played all the lights. I said Hampton has, to me, the energy of a band that wants to prove themselves at a big place, right? So, you know where that comes with, too. A lot of missed notes, a lot of blaring, in my opinion. Hampton. Because you're trying to prove yourself amongst these big bands. But they did a good job, too. Shining Star was the drill. Shake Your Groove thing was the dance. Wishing on a Star. It was like a star light show or something like that.
Something along those lines.
Yeah. Oh, we have to talk about the song of the night, which is Joe, All the Things Your Man Won't Do. I mean, we
not one band. Not
two.
2 bands. But 3 bands played.
3 bands. What is the crazy, like, out of 8 bands, 3 bands would play the same ballad of the night, like. Talking about we had Joe fatigue all year, you know what I'm saying, the whole night.
Fatigue, dog. For real.
But yeah, I think Norfolk did the best. Bowie said our director is a Norfolk State alum. He's definitely taking notes. Exactly, bro. That's how you got to do it. Pop out with a good one, and that's why I'm so mad at A&T, man. When you pop out like this, especially in a different area, this one in North Carolina, bro. This is in Maryland. These kids don't see A&T all the time, you know. So now they walk away with going, well, I don't need to go to A&T. Norfolk's a better band.
The least.
Right. That's how you lose people. But A&T just be like, all right, well, next thing, we're in Maryland, we're in New York. No, focus on where you at. Oh, that's just alumni talk. Let me chill out.
Right.
Let me chill out. Okay, what were we talking about?
You said Hampton.
Hampton. Okay, yeah. Okay. Look, I have Bowie versus Virginia State. Playing to your strengths. Bowie always play songs that fit them well. Dang, anybody else we need to talk about? We need to talk about Howard. Howard did an Outcast show.
Yeah. What we said about the Outcast show is like, I like the idea of the Outcast show because there's so many things in their repertoire that can be played in a band setting that's going to capture audiences. So it's got you like, okay, which one we about to hear next? But I don't think it really translated that well as far as their show design and how they present it. So, for example, Howard doesn't have a powerhouse band, and they're not a very loud band. So they have like a lot of bells not facing the front during the major parts of the song, and then they'll face front, but it's the last 2 beats of the song. Right. So we don't really get the essence of the arrangements or what the song like. So if you really know Outkast, you know the song, you'll be like, okay, I get the feeling of it, but the intricacies and potentially the good parts of the band, we don't hear none of those things. So that just left me hanging. Like, come on, Howard. Like, we gotta align the shows and the songs better so that the fans get actually to hear what you're writing out on these shows, man.
Yeah, they played, but also too, going back to what we said earlier, a lot of these kids don't know Outkast, so it's gonna be hard for them to connect and like how the staff wants you to these songs. They played So Fresh So Clean. They came from the end zone, which was good, covering the field. Yeah. I mean, shout out to Howard. We don't like the hats. We've talked about that.
Yeah,
it's so crazy when you don't like a big part of your uniform, and that's going to be your uniform for at least a decade.
You got 10 years of that, Jay.
At least.
We about to see those hats for a good while.
Yeah, it has going to be a good man. Man, can we get some funding to these bands up north to get them a little bit bigger, bro? That's something I was thinking about too. Like these Howard, Bowie, these bands should be Winston even. These bands should be deep, but it's all in time. It's all in time. I don't want to put my big band expectations on y'all. Raja says you can't say we're doing a theme show and throw songs together and have to think right. You have to think about the fit and the flow. Absolutely.
So Horatio, I got a question for you, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you a fan of the traditional school fanfare at the beginning of field shows?
No. Okay. Because I mean, it depends. I'm not a fan of it. No, but also with the A&T, I like a different thing every time. I don't necessarily like the same thing because I feel like it gets stale. Like I know what you're gonna do, and to me, that is not when you're excited to see a band. You're like, "Whoo, they about to take the field," and they do the same thing every time, even if it's the first 5 minutes. It's like it turns the excitement down a little bit. Now, even with Jackson, it's like I don't care how good you can play. What's that song called? Blowing. It's still the same thing. So it's like it doesn't change. Virginia State does that. Hampton does that, right? And I'm sure these are all songs that are passed down and and tradition and But as somebody who just joined a high school band and I don't know anything about your band, you keep playing the same first song every time. It's not entertaining to me. What you think?
I mean, I enjoy it. I take the perspective of, let's say you got a long-term fan and they're like, man, I can't wait till I hear that blowing, or I can't wait till I hear that opening fanfare by Hampton, or shoot, Alabama State has one that I really like. I get excited every time they play there. So I'm a fan of the opening fanfare. Yeah. Now, I think that unique things is that not every single time. I think you should do like a little fake out for the fans sometimes. Line up like you're going to do it or play something that's similar or way different just to keep things flowing, keep them on their feet. But I like the idea and concept on it. The thing is that we're not also just talking about at these Battle of the Bands events. I think that's when you should like switch it up. Right.
Right.
Home games do the home game thing. Like, cool. Battle of the Bands, give me a little something different. Switch it up. Fake me out. All those types of things.
Yeah. We have Boo in the chat. They apparently do that as well. It's something called BSU Fanfare. I mean, and some bands do it different ways. Norfolk State does it in the message in between, like their transition into their dance feature is always the same song, which is we have a message that I'm using by the OJs. Okay. So I guess it's the same thing in that way. I went to a school that didn't do that at all. We did different shows every single time. There was none of the same thing. And I thought that was good because it keeps the audience on their toes as far as what they're going to hear the whole way through. I mean, but yeah, a lot of people do that. Gremlin does the GSU thing. Y'all do the Rock the House thing at the end. Like, teach his own. I'm just saying for me.
Signature moves. I mean, shoot, y'all, the little turn, y'all signature move is the turnaround.
Turnaround and the A&T. We do the A&T in every. Okay, we do the A&T in every show. And so yeah, I guess that's that's some continuity as well. Bowie said, yeah, we switch it up a few times. Depends on the flow of the show. Yo, we got the whole Bowie State band in the chat. Isn't that crazy? The whole band. It's not even just the admin. It's the band page. Shout out to Bowie, Symphony of Soul. Thomas says Howard is $20K per semester. Oh, meaning like that's why they don't have. That's why they don't have the band students. You right? I can see that, man. You right?
Per semester.
Okay, wow. I can see that, and I'm sure they're not giving out a lot of scholarships. Okay.
See, in my case, right?
Right, we do.
If I would position myself at Howard as we're just gonna have like a small elite band. We're not gonna try to be super huge. We're gonna be like a small side, be like really good, rigorous audition process, so we can throw you the money.
Right. Oh yeah. All right. Change the whole like identity of the band. Like this is like upper crust type. Because I mean that's how it's identity.
School, right. Exactly.
Yeah. It's the school's identity, definitely. Anything else on the Capitol Battle of the Bands? I mean, we had a great time in there. Go look at that footage, yo. We literally look like fucking Chris Collinsworth and Joe Buck or Tom Brady or somebody up there like comment on that. And with the college, it was bad. It was great. It was amazing.
Man, it was great, man.
Yeah. But yeah, anything to say for this battle? You know, anything else?
I think that's it, man. You talked about the All-Star band?
That was at the game? No, I didn't.
Yeah. Oh man, shout out to the All-Star band. What's it called?
PG County All-Star Band.
Public school. They did a nice showing. They did Pretty Girls like mix. Also, they did the national anthem. They sounded good. Always good to see the young kids starting up and to have them there for the Battle of the Band. So they were drawing my attention. Is that after every moment that I felt like that was notable, my eyes went straight down to them to see how the new kids feeling what's going on in this band arena to have 8 bands there.
Yeah.
So constantly shout out to them and all that. Participated.
Constantly recruiting, always seeing who the kids are attracted to. Shannon says y'all was for real Sunday Night Football for real. He says, and I love UMD Stadium for sure. Aaron says they put it together with 1 day of practice the day before. Shout out to them, man. You know how hard it is to get kids to do that, to get on the same level. Even sometimes we've had all city bands, and that'll be 3 or 4 days. 1 day of practice is great. Bowie says a few of them have already DM us to schedule an audition. Proud of them. See?
Come on now.
Told you. That's what happens when you take your opportunity. You do a great job. And again, band heads know. The casuals, this band was the biggest band. They're the best band. But band heads really know, like, oh yeah, this band's doing it. Okay, guys, let's move on to next week predictions. Since that is all the battles we're going to talk about this week. Y'all know how we do. We're going to say the name of the schools that's matching up this coming week, and y'all just put who you guys think are going to win in the chat. We're going to discuss it real quick, and then move on to the next one. This week, Jackson State versus Alabama A&M.
This is a good one, man.
This is a good one, man. A&M is really good. It's doing really good this year. I want to see how they. I want to see they play calling in the moment. Yeah. You know, I want to see what they do. Of course, I got Jackson.
I got Jackson.
Of course, I got Jackson State, but A&M. I want to see how they do, man. I think this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one. Alabama State and Bethune-Cookman. Bethune, you know what? Bethune is on the clock. Start the clock for Bethune right now. We need, before the end of the season, guys, everybody in the chat, we need a moment from Bethune that is like this band is doing what they're supposed to be doing. Bethune is on the clock to show us. This is our first band on the clock, Manny.
Okay. I'm gonna have a hush order on Bethune, dog. Bethune is not about to get.
They on the clock for me. They hush for you.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna mention Bethune until they do something.
They're on the clock, man. Bethune's on the clock for me, man. So of course, in any matchup, we're gonna give it to the other band automatically. On the clock for me, man. You got to the end of this year. Dale says Bethune has to come. Bethune has to come with a really great book this year. Or ASU is going to take them. Yeah, I mean that's obvious. Bethune can lose at this point. Bethune is. I don't know how they get recruits. Do they have a lot of money? They have to. They have to. I mean, because I don't know why somebody would sign up to do the. It's like we talk about playing, knowing the same songs. I mean, Bethune is king of that. But if Bethune comes with a new book, I'll give it to him. We've been saying that for 10 years. We've been saying that since high school. We've been saying that for so long.
They played Big Ball in the fifth this past weekend, dog.
Yeah, I also saw them. You know what? Here's some news about Bethune. I saw them on the Sherry Shepherd show this week. Yeah. They had like a little small, Dr. Wells and I think their president was there on the Sherry Shepherd show. So shout out to them. That's a great exposure for HBCU bands. But y'all on the clock, man. I need to see Bethune do somebody nasty. When the last time we seen like, ooh,
like 2011, dog.
He said their scholarship pot is deep. I know that. Yeah, we know that. We know that. We know that, like that's how they control people. But
it's kind of crazy control people.
He said, BCU Ranger 30 years just retired. So,
oh wow.
Okay, we'll see.
They're still gonna play his music.
That don't mean they're not right. They got the same director. They can come on now. And you know, and we all know each band. There's a sect of people in the band that love the staff and love what they done, and they love the historical things that they done with the band. So they really, gonna really give it to them.
I guarantee if there's somebody that if they don't play Big Ball in the ASAP, they're gonna hear from somebody. There's somebody they're gonna have to hear from.
I'm talking about in the band though. I'm talking about in the band. Like there are people in the band that really respect that Bethune culture, and they're we all know how band people are, like super band. We used to call them bandies, super bandies in the band. They like love the staff and they love the historical stuff, so they want to preserve the tradition. You go, hey man, it's kind of time to move on. But yeah, on the clock, Bethune. Prairie View versus Alcorn. Now this gonna be good.
I got Alcorn, dog.
I got Alcorn too, but I'm excited to see what Prairie View does, man. I like them this year. I saw them. Where was they at? I think it was at Houston.
I seen them versus Grambling. We didn't talk about it this week, but first Grambling got a major.
Grambling got a dub.
Grambling got a crazy dub.
Oh, I might have to go watch that. I might have to go watch that. Okay, Grambling. Grambling. Sometimes you're surprised. Sometimes Grambling. Javon says bandies is crazy. Yeah, that's how we used to describe the people that was really all in. The people that they just love it. We love bands,
locked into everything, right?
But they they love it so
program,
much.
The school,
they love it. And you go, they'll defend anything that the staff does because he's our director, and we're not doing that. Dale says PV did not deliver. He talking about that battle against Grambling.
Yeah.
Okay, battle of the Bay this week: Norfolk State versus Hampton. These two bands were just in the same place last week. Yeah. So they seen each other literally, and we know that. Okay, Hampton. Here's the game plan for the week, bro. We should just give band game plan. Boo was in the chat. They listening apparently. Here's what you do, Hampton. Do your thing. Take a page out of Boo's book. Do your thing. Don't try to go there and try to be better than them. Start okay, what are we good at? What songs do we have that are really that are our songs? Remember when they went at A&T, they played Love Don't Live Here Anymore and Liberian Girl. It's like, this is not y'all. Mm-hmm. Now what they played at the game, other than that last song they played, Saving All My Love For You, which was, come on, Thomas. That was a bad selection. But everything else before that was pretty good. That was more of them. Yeah. And so I would like to see more of that. More songs that they're comfortable with, that they know sounds good. And I feel like they'll be able to hang in there with Norfolk. Obviously, Norfolk's going to give it to them. But I'm excited to see it. I want to see Norfolk do well, man. We got to see these Virginia bands grow. Virginia State and Hampton. So, yeah. I got Norfolk, though.
I got Norfolk, though. Hampton be the best Hampton you can be. I know that's real band cliche. But sometimes that's really all you really can do. And Norfolk, don't step down. Please don't.
Now, that's something that Norfolk will do. Norfolk will step down in a minute for you, bro. When they don't respect the band,
please don't.
When Norfolk doesn't respect the band, they don't really go all out and try to kill them like that. And they need to do better with that, too. They be in Norfolk, Virginia, chilling. They be chilling, bro. Norfolk State's band be chilling too hard for me, bro. For the band they have, bro, they should be doing band room content. They should be huge of a program, but they don't really recruit like that. They don't, bro. We lived in Norfolk. We never seen their band go out and they just be chilling, bro. So, and it works for them. They don't, they did a great job. Shannon says Norfolk needs to run the playbook they ran against VSU. I don't forgot, man. I forgot what they did against VSU. I'm sure they did well. Hold on, let me grab this.
They did some pretty good songs. I think that was a pretty good matchup when I think about it.
Yeah. This week we also have Bowie State versus Fayetteville State.
Oh,
Now look, we talked about Fayetteville State. Now Fayetteville State's not too bad.
Yeah, man.
But here's the thing about Fayetteville State. Boo is gonna win based on their arrangements. Their arrangements are a little bit more hard hitting than Fayetteville State. Fayetteville State has a lot of very like choppy, very high school kind of arrangements like that. But they're a bigger band. They're a good band talking about getting out of survival mode. They have the size now, but they're still playing like real like cheesy band music. And you go, come on, guys. So I need them to get better. But Bowie might give it to them. This might be a wake up call for Fayetteville State. That, look, this is a band that's maybe smaller than us, or if not, I think they're probably smaller than them now. And they're gonna, if they crank on them, and it's like, we need to get our shit together as far as arrangements concerned, because we got the bodies.
Yeah, they do got the bodies, and they sound pretty good too, man. I'm gonna lean toward Fayetteville State.
Ooh,
Fayetteville State. I'm gonna lean with it. And I know Bowie here. I'm just not gonna blaze.
Yeah,
here.
I don't think that. I honestly think that Bowie do a great job. I think that they'll. Like,
I think they're supposed to do a good job though.
Yeah, I think they'll handle them based on their arrangement. We're gonna do what we do. That's the plan. Boom. Told you that's what they do. We're gonna be back here next week talking about it. I mean, we gotta make sure Thomas said they are FAMU inspired. Who exactly? I'm guessing he's talking about Fayetteville State.
Fayetteville State. I didn't get that. I didn't get that from
maybe a director or something. Thomas said that's a nice battle. Raja says y'all saw the clip of Norfolk playing on V State's buses after cap. No, I didn't.
No.
Playing like the band blocked up and played.
Seen that.
I should have been seeing that. What?
Wow. Yo, I know at the end I heard something when we was wrapping up. I did hear something.
Yeah.
I did hear something like way out there. I'm like, man, I know like these bands. Me thinking from Jack, man, these bands ain't about to block up outside and stuff. But maybe maybe something.
Thomas said arrangements and marching style. I guess he's talking about how they're FAMU inspired.
Oh,
okay. All right. We have Livingstone versus Elizabeth City. Elizabeth City.
I'll go with Elizabeth City.
Better band. Central State versus Fort Valley State. I have to check out Fort Valley. I've seen Central State this year.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I don't know.
So Central from like what? I'll go Fort Valley.
Yeah, from Ohio. Yeah, I'm going Central State. We got Kentucky State and Miles.
Miles,
yeah. We were so Kentucky State heavy, bro. Like 2 years ago, that was our band of the year. Like 2 years ago, we was really on them, but they kind of took a back seat.
Yeah, their band director. I think he's the director at Albany now.
Oh, Shannon, I appreciate you. Fort Valley band got suspended. I totally forgot about that.
Oh, they got suspended
for hazing. Yeah.
Oh. Well,
look, man. That's always a shame, bro. When that gets
Where's Benedict at?
South Carolina. I think it's in Columbia.
You know what I mean, like literally.
Oh, like, where are they at? Where are they at? I saw a clip of them. Wait, hold on. Let's wrap out Fort Valley.
Yeah.
Fort Valley got suspended for hazing. That sucks, man. I'm guessing they got suspended for the rest of the year.
Oh,
I mean, doesn't it just suck just to have to just stop all band operations? Like it's just like, I mean, we've never had that happen to us. Maybe somebody in the chat can like talk about that, but that has to suck. Like, especially if
Come on.
I mean, it depends on how it got brought to light as well. Like, what if somebody like said something about it? Somebody's parents said something like, "Oh, that sucks, bro. That sucks." Man.
And then like you, the person that's uninvolved, and your season just gone crazy.
Yeah, just gone, man. Oh, that sucks. Shout out to Fort Valley, man. Hey, man, we had PJ up here from Virginia Union. He said his whole band is done very well without hazing. So it's not like you got to, Roger says apparently horsepower punched while they were waiting on the bus, and then Norfolk stacked the entire band. Hey, that's how you do it. VSU threw a tuba fanfare. Norfolk played a full song while VSU was running to the buses. Where's the video of this? Somebody, come on now. This has to be recorded. So I guess someone didn't want to run a lap. All right. Okay, so we also have Tuskegee and Morehouse.
Okay.
Tuskegee.
Oh, Tuskegee. Tuskegee done pretty well this year, man.
Yeah, they saw Jackson State. Savannah State and South Carolina State. I'm ready to see South Carolina State, bro. South Carolina State, you might be on the clock. I haven't seen them. These bands from South Carolina gotta get right, bro. They gotta get right, bro. Benedict. Okay, going back to Benedict. I saw a video of them playing "Party Don't Stop" this year.
Party Don't Stop.
Yeah, It sounded okay. It's high school, high school type. Part of the type is old, but it's like that was the first time I've seen them this year. But the bands of South Carolina, fucking South Carolina State, and Benedict, you're on the clock for me, and Savannah.
So
Savannah.
I see Savannah every about 2 years, though. Like once every 2 years. Right?
Okay, so yeah, we got South Carolina State. John C. Smith versus Virginia State. And Virginia Union versus Winston-Salem.
Virginia
Union, man. Winston-Salem, bro. I feel like Winston didn't. Let me go back to my notes for them at the capital city. I thought they did pretty good.
They did okay, man.
But they didn't. They also like they had percussion issues as well. That was the thing. The transitions.
Oh man, yes, that's what we said. The transitions. It was just like the band and the percussion section was just not linked up. So every time they went from a song to a different song or one formation to another, it was like a delay. It just was not seamless. It wasn't fluid.
Definitely. Well, look, Roger put the link to the if you want to see Virginia State and Norfolk State by the buses, click on that and watch that. He put it. It's in the chat. He said BC is a baby BCU with a book. Okay, that's a big comparison, bro. I don't know if that was. I mean, I get that because of that area. South Carolina is right there by Georgia, Florida. I'm sure people went through there and got the Benedict College job from Benedict. I mean from Bethune, excuse me. But okay. Hey man, another great week, man. Another great week in band. What is this? Week 7, week 6, week 7? Either way, man, this has been a great week, man. Of course, we had the Capital Battle of the Bands. We had the BoomBox Battle. We had some great matchups. We had some news coming out of FAMU and Alabama State. Mm-hmm. But, of course, our topic tonight was, getting out of survival mode. In the band renaissance of 2025, the bands are so good that they're struggling with their past identity. A lot of these bands are like, we're good now, we're bigger, but we're still playing these whack arrangements. We still are bad at play calling, and this gets you deducted out of going down lower tiers. All right, The whole point of band is to jump tiers. All right, and you have to get out of survival mode in order to do that. All right, you can't still be acting broke when you got some money. You can't still be acting like a small band when you got a big one. All right,
and I don't care if the new people freshmen that got you big. It don't matter. It's mid-season now.
It don't matter. They got the uniform on. The crowd don't even know who is who. Mm-hmm. So everybody got to be on the same wave. Any final words?
That's absolutely it. It was a great band weekend. This should be like the climax midpoint of the season. This weekend right here, man. With Capital Battle of Bands and like BoomBox. This concludes like the first half of the season. We're on to this next band semester type of ordeal without changing semesters, of course.
Yeah. All right, and we're going to close out with our band of the week. People in the chat, put your band of the week. For me, we got to choose one. I'm going with Alabama State. All right? Your dancers are insulted by this vicious man at FAMU with his hateful comments, and you still went there and put on a show. They really put on a great battle. Go watch that battle and talk about exact play calling. Alabama State did a great job, and they had FAMU trying to follow them, trying to keep up with them with the style that they play. I thought Bama State did a great job. Even though I feel like Jackson won the BoomBox, and that's such a big battle this year, Bama State is my band of the week. They've been so consistent, and I just got to shout them out. Who you got?
Who do I got for band of the week? You know what? We're gonna lean into the pop in, pop out. I'm giving it to Norfolk State University.
Oof.
Just to come in and take away a battle of bands with a lot of competition there, and to be the highlighting factor, and for it to be unanimous. That's why I'm giving. They had a unanimous victory with a lot of competition.
Yeah, definitely. Well, guys, we'll be right back here next week, Tuesday, 8:00, to talk about the best band year we've ever experienced, 2025, the band renaissance. You can always follow our page on It's a FaceOff. We also have a new Instagram page coming, which is going to be great. We're going to post daily clips. Shannon says the band in Durham, unfortunately, is the band of the week. It's North Carolina Central. He's giving his band of the week. Thomas gave Bama State his band of the week. And you know what? We have to give an honorable mention to Bowie State, the Symphony of Soul, who's in the chat. I mean, a whole band is in the chat.
The whole band.
They said, appreciate you guys. Appreciate your platform and support. Come visit us October 11th. Bowie State versus Virginia State. Ooh, that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one. We have the Legion. Yeah, man. I mean, these are great options, man. All these bands showed up and showed out.
Yeah.
Absolutely, guys. Well, look, we appreciate you guys. Follow us on It's a Face Off on all social media, and our Instagram page coming. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Peace out.
See y'all later, man.